and our very first system is now claimed. Possibly hostile that we have to deal with. Incursion. Why, hello everyone! My name is ChoniclerVI, and welcome to the very first episode of my Stellaris Let's Play. Stellaris is a game I have enjoyed for quite a number of years. It is quite enjoyable. I've enjoyed playing it in single player, multiplayer, with mods, though it has been quite a while since I've done a base vanilla game. We're playing on version 3.3.4. I'm doing this now instead of later with the Overlord update that's coming out because I want to experience what it's like before everything changes again with totalitarianism. So, I think it's time for us to hop right in. I already have a species all laid out, the United Earth Coalition. I think it's appropriate, everything considered. So, let's hop right in. Now for this game, I am going to be doing a large Spiral 4 arm. I usually play on Grand Admiral. The AI I found is decently challenging, but I do say, if I do say so myself, I think I'm good enough to go through with this one. Then again, that's mostly been with mods, so we'll see how this works. I think we're good to go. Alright, let's hop right in. And here we are within the first year, the first month of the first year, the first day of our existence in the galaxy as the United Earth Coalition, or the UEC. The main gameplay of Stellaris is as a grand strategy game, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it. I quite enjoy grand strategy games like this one, not necessarily for the gameplay itself, which, although Stellaris is quite fun, it can get very competitive at times to the point where it can be a little detrimental to the enjoyment. But for instance, Stellaris, I particularly enjoy the stories that can come from it. I mean, we have this massive galaxy that we can explore with dozens of alien species to meet and to conquer, or in our case, as we're playing as a more pacifistic and democratic civilization, then we will most likely form coalitions and beat off the crisis for this time around. Maybe in the future series I'll do a more totalitarian, militaristic faction, but for now, I'm going to be sticking with this one. Alright, let's get started. I always enjoy upgrading my mineral capacity first, just because I found that it quickly can reach the point where you're running out of minerals to build new mining stations. I'm going to keep the speed at level 2 for now. I don't want to go too fast. Let's see here. Get some research going. One thing I always do with the series when Stellaris is I always go for population growth. I found that population is king, and I always just try to build my population as much as possible. Another thing you'll find with me when it comes to grand strategy is military units. You don't need them, at least not at first. Although, for now, I'll hold on to it just because with our origin, we have the galactic doorstep origin, which means we got this little gateway right here. Typically, gateways allow you to transport across the galaxy, usually between gateways owned by you or your allies, but for this origin, this one's going to spit out random enemies to fight us, if I understand correctly. I haven't actually played through this origin before. This is going to be fun to do. Alright, let's get back to work. We have a lot of stuff to do, so I'm going to get another science ship going. I need to explore my little quadrant of the galaxy, see what resources we're working with. We already have this continental world down here, which is pretty standard. I have the continental worlds set on the habitable worlds near my home system set on 2, so that'll be helpful. We already have our second science ship done, so we need to get another one of these in here. This is something that surprised me from my last gameplay of this one, because last time I played this, scientists were recruited with energy, rather than Unity, which kind of messes my early gameplay. I always enjoy rushing Unity builds, but it's not too bad.
Construction project concluded.
Excellent. Well, we're now just going to wait for our Unity to build up so we can get another science ship out there exploring. We only have the one space lane to go down, so it's not going to be too much of an issue, I don't think. Alright, let's speed this up a bit until we get that going. There we go. So let's recruit our next scientist. Let's see here, what do we got? Nothing too interesting. I'll get the archaeology in case I find any good archaeological sites to explore. And let's get this going. Let's speed the speed up of the gameplay.
Project concluded.
Got those mining stations in place, so now we can get started on extra research. Research in particular is vital for the early gameplay. I always like rushing research so I can get to my favorite part of the game, which is megastructures. I like to rush megastructures no matter what I'm playing as, and it can be very useful to get a lot of them, especially the Dyson sphere and matter decompressors, which give large amounts of energy and minerals. For the moment, though, it looks like we've got... Yes, I believe this is a event with our Black Crown gateway right here. Looks like we've got some activity coming on. Nothing at the moment that needs to be concerned about, but we did get a few more alloys, which is quite useful. Okay, one thing I'm going to do... Ooh, where's this one? Ah, interesting. Huh, that's interesting. Ah, an archaeological site. That's useful. We'll definitely want to get that one explored a bit later on. Ooh, that's nice. Looks like this continental world next door actually has a science boost, which will be very useful for getting some physics research going. Definitely want to colonize that system, I think. And most of these I will skip past. A lot of them aren't too... A lot of them aren't too useful. I will only do the ones that I think are interesting. So I might be skipping past a bunch of them. If you want to read through it, you can always pause the video. But if we read through each one, it'll take us 100 hours to get through the first 100 years. Alright, I think this guy's almost done. I was investigating. Okay, so I'm going to leave these guys here for now until we can get a bit more space explored. Alright. We do need more amenities here, so I am going to actually buy a few more alloys so I can get our happiness up a bit. For those of you who've played a Civilization series, the amenities, these are like the luxury resources that you get into that game, though they're a lot easier to maintain than in Civilization, so that's a lot nicer. Awesome. Things are progressing quite well, I think.
Anomaly found.
I always like to get all the anomalies. I know some people skip or leave anomalies behind until they get a specialist to research them. I always just get them right away because I can be a bit absent-minded and I can easily forget to go back and get them. So I'm just going to get each one as it comes. Anomalies can give very useful boosts both in resources and research. Gain some research like the physics right there. It's quite useful. Okay, these both have the same aim issue, the same thing. Does look like we can get another planet going in there, and while we're here, we have enough unity to get our first tradition. I always like getting discovery, just because it unlocks some very useful anomaly boosts, which is vital for keeping everything up.
Concluded without
Oh,
incident.
looks like we have our very first incursion. Only one ship for the moment. So I'm going to let my little fleet here and the station deal with it. It's not enough to be a big issue, so I'm just going to let that be. Science ship. You're done, so you're gonna go over here. You guys don't have to be evading. Send that guy over
System
here.
survey concluded
You here to get
without
some
incident.
outposts built so we can actually
Spaceport
expand
sustaining
our
damage.
empire. Excellent. Got that guy out of the way. And now we can keep on going with our expansion. Because I want to see how far this branch goes before it hops into this next arm of the galaxy. That'll determine where we can set up choke points and prevent the enemies from being able to get in here and destroying us. Okay then. I've unlocked Unity. I'm gonna make another science ship. I want to get that going.
Construction project concluded.
And our very first system is now claimed.
System survey concluded.
A Bernard
Horizons
star.
expanded.
I think if I remember correctly, if I understand correctly, this game will be setting up our local area as if it is Earth. Like we have Alpha Centauri and Bernard Star right nearby, which are in our local group in real life. So that's going to be quite interesting, I think. Okay, have you go over there and research that one. And here's our second guaranteed habitable world. Nothing significant in terms of bonuses, but it is still very useful. Decent size. Actually, I'm going to get the gene clinics for that population boost. Get some more mining and research stations built. You, I think I'm going to send down here. Get that one building. I'm running a little low on influence, but it's worthwhile, I think. Actually, have this guy go excavate once he's done with that one. And he, or in this case she, can go explore this system. Because this scientist has a boost when it comes to excavating archaeological sites like this, which means it will do it quite a bit faster and be able to get quite a bit more. Okay, I do want to get robots. I like getting robots when I do these materialist, more xenophilic civilizations. I find it's very useful to get some more population building in there. It effectively doubles your population, which is very useful in my opinion. I think we will do this one. 20 influence is not that significant enough investment to make it worthwhile in my opinion. At this point though, I think we're ready to colonize our very first world. So we got our shipyard, getting that going. Good to go. Oh, we have another tradition available. Yes, I'm going to do this one. I want to get the survey speed increased. The faster we can explore the galaxy, the more we can find, and the more resources we can unlock.
Construction project concluded.
Can't quite build another outpost yet. I need a bit more influence. No factions available yet, so I'll have to wait on that one. Research speed, definitely. Research speed is always vital, in my opinion. Okay. My little fleet right here is just sitting there doing very much. I think since I've got a lot of energy, I'm going to get some more alloys and upgrade my little fleet here. It's going to need to be a bit bigger when more ships start coming through the Black Gate. Almost to the point where I can get another outpost built and colonize this second planet. Not quite ready for that one. Another desert world over there. Not the most useful, unfortunately, but when I get terraforming, I can make it into more habitable. I got a project here. Let's see.
Situation log updated.
Okay. Looks like we have something we can investigate. I'm going to pause this archaeological site and go explore that one. Might give us some more resources. Most likely, I don't know whether or not we get an archaeological site with this particular origin, but we might. We'll see.
System survey concluded.
All right, things are progressing quite well, I think. Got some expanded to 4 different systems. Got planets going. I'm actually going to get a colony world started with this one. Get a bit more alloys. We're good to get another colony ship on its way. Awesome. This is progressing quite well. And once this guy finishes exploring... Oh, looks like we have our very first encounter. Let's see, here we go. Yep, looks like we have some kind of encounter. This could be with an alien species, or it could be with it could be with another empire or some other creature like space whales. I don't see a ship here, so I'm not sure exactly where it's coming from. For now, though, I'm going to assign an envoy and get that going. Hopefully, we'll be able to get contact pretty quickly.
Special project concluded.
Actually, going to merge these 2 fleets. And I'm curious, do admirals also require unity? Yes. Okay. Looks like unity is now the baseline currency for recruiting leaders. That's good to know. Okay, we're almost out of jobs here. We don't have any more, and population is going to be growing in about, looks like another year. So I want to get another few jobs going here. I've got good resource production overall. One thing I want to increase is my unity. So I'm actually going to build the monument, which will give us a bit more unity in place, which will help us advance our traditions, which ironically actually improves the amount of unity we get through this building. Quite useful, I think. And of course, with our species, the humans, we have the traditional traits, which means we get even more unity. I always enjoy getting lots of unity in traditions, particularly because we have to get this particular ascension perk in order to unlock megastructures.
Construction project concluded.
I'm actually running into a bit of a wall here where I don't have enough influence to expand quite as fast as I like. But that's inevitable until factions come into play, which won't be for another few years. Let's see here. I think I want to go... Which route do I want to go? I think this one, get a bit more research in there. Right now my research is pretty paltry. Only got a bit from my systems, but still useful. Ooh, this gives a bit of research, so I'm going to do this one. And I'm going to track this one on the map. Here it is. A little ways away, but not too bad. Be able to send my... Once this guy finishes surveying the system, I can send him up that way. Get that little situation taken care of. Okay, I've got... Oh, another encounter. Let's see here. Is there a ship here? Don't see one. Looks like it could just be another long distance detection, but I'm still going to get an envoy assigned, and we'll soon figure out who is or what is out there. Have enough for one more starbase, so we get that going. And we'll keep on going.
System survey concluded.
Excellent. Right now, there's 3 different tiers for jobs that populations can go through. Workers, specialists, and rulers. Right now, we have 1 worker unemployed, but we also have, I believe, actually no, this one no longer produces jobs. Interesting. Used to have jobs assigned to it. Okay, in that case, I'm going to upgrade our agricultural. I mean, but food is always good to get, and as we expand to other planets, our food demand is going to grow quite quickly. A lot of things have changed. Huh. These guys still give jobs, but I guess the monument no longer does. Good to know, good to know.
Construction project concluded.
One thing I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to make Alpha Centauri, or... yes, I think Alpha Centauri's starbase is into a trade hub. It's always useful to get some trade hubs going. And that way I can also turn Sol's starbase into more of a shipyard-focused shipyard instead of it just being a trade hub. Okay, looks like there is actually aliens here. Considering it was an attack, this might be a marauder faction, which could mean this section is blocked off for me for now. If it is marauders, I won't be able to get past them anytime soon.
Colonization phase commencing. All systems
Get another science ship going. I'm getting to the point where I need quite a few explorers exploring the galaxy. Alright, we've got 2 colonies going. This one I think is going to be definitely our science and planet. We're going to do put a lot of research stations on here. This one and Earth are both pretty standard worlds, so we'll see where I end up specializing. Probably one to industrial, another to agriculture. Sirius Prime doesn't really have much agricultural districts, so I think I'll make Earth more of a farm world, and that should work out, I think. Here we go. Get another science ship out there exploring. The faster I can explore, the faster I can find the crucial worlds and systems that I want to claim for future strategic use. Because I definitely want to get to these black holes over here. This is going to be crucial for our matter decompressors. I think this is a good place to stop, though. We are doing pretty well. We've got 5 systems claimed. We are starting to get a nice exploration into the galactic arm. Does look like we're gonna have some neighbors, possibly hostile, that we have to deal with, but we can always deal with that as we go. We have a decent-sized fleet, and I think we're in a good spot to stop for this episode. Well, I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, please remember to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you want to see more, please let me know, and if you want to see other games that you want played on this channel, just listen down below, and I'll take them into consideration. I hope you all have a pleasant day and the rest of your week, and I'll see you all later. Bye!